You've just stepped into She Said What She Said,
Where the tea is hot, the shade is real.
and we always say it with our chest. Welcome back to the podcast where we say the things your group chat is too scared to do.
Today we're getting into the rarest of dating species, a man or a woman with actual green flags.
So here's the thing. Sometimes we meet a person and we're like, oh my God, they're so amazing. But then they just responded to a text in a reasonable amount of time.
Right. Or they didn't emotionally scar us. You're on the first date and suddenly he's husband or wifey material. No, babe, they're just emotionally unstable. That's literally the bare minimum.
But we're going to get into what actual green flags look like. Like, when did you know someone was really a good one?
I got one for you. She bought me coffee, remembered how I take it, didn't make it or look like I was being a good woman moment. Quite confident, huh?
I'm going to say it. If he plans a date and the plan isn't just you pick, he's already giving green flag energy.
Okay, so I was dating this girl that used to love bomb me with gifts. I thought it was cute, and I also thought it was a green flag until I realized she was doing it to keep me distracted from the situation set with her roommate.
Oh, stop. Not the classic. She lives with me, but it's not like that, Saga.
Ma'am, she had a whole drawer and a toothbrush sitting in your bathroom. Let's not play the game.
Exactly. You know what I used to think was normal, not special, was a man who asks questions about my day and remembers the answers, like, oh, actual retention.
Listen, I once had a girl who reminded me of something that I told her 3 weeks ago. Obviously, I didn't remember. And I was like, oh, you're so cute. Are you in love with me or is it just emotionally immature?
We really used to skip past the part because we were too busy falling for people who only replied to, what you doing? Or with chilling.
So, Listen, I dated a girl who literally used to communicate with me when something was wrong, like sit me down and say, hey, I felt like things were a little bit off when XYZ happened, or hey, I thought that things were this, that, and the third. I'd be like, it's a little too deep, a little too intense for me.
Exactly. But girl, now that sounds like heaven. Someone who doesn't shut down or ghost you, but talks things out, that's me being special ed. That's relationship goals.
Listen, turns out she wasn't too deep. I was just too emotionally unstable for the emotional drive-through.
So let's talk about it. When someone is calm, consistent, honest, it can feel boring or even suspicious.
Right? But if you grew up around dysfunction, both of us, or dated chaos in the year, peace doesn't feel like peace anymore. It just definitely feels like something is off.
Let's say it plain. We confuse anxiety for chemistry. We think beyond emotionally dysregulated together is passion. But what if it's just trauma bonding? Because let's be real, a lot of us do that.
Burn. And that's why when someone is kind to us without a hook, we flinch. We wait for the other shoe to drop.
Yeah. There was a time I was with someone who asked if I felt emotionally safe in the relationship, and I literally didn't know how to answer the question. Crazy.
Can't blame you. I once had a friend check in on me and say, hey, I noticed you've been quiet. Do you need space or support? And instead of me feeling seen, I felt like I was being exposed. Like, let me be in my own moment because I didn't even know how to accept care without being guilty.
Exactly. Yes. Sometimes the green flag is not necessarily being left to figure it out alone, but you're just so used to being ignored that will make you cry. Yes.
But honestly, I feel like we need to dig a little bit deeper than the surface level stuff. There are those green flags that don't get talked about enough. You have consistency over chaos, repair without conflict, or I should say repair after conflict, not just an apology. Asking instead of assuming. Asking you shall receive. Present without performance, being consistent, being seen whether you're performing or being perfect, silence, that's a safe space, accountability without shame. Let's be real.
A big one for me is they don't punish you for your boundaries. Even if they're disappointed, they respect that the no is actually maturity.
One for me would be if they regulate themselves. They don't bleed their moods all over the room and expect you to clean it up.
Exactly. You can't always spot a green flag, though, which is really annoying. until you become one. So, like, I didn't even know that a healthy relationship, what it could look like, until I started treating myself better.
Say it again for the people in the back. We want people to love us genuinely and gently, but do not drag ourselves with the shame and self-doubt every day.
Yes, say that to the people in the back. Green flag behavior looks a lot like honoring your needs, and I can't stress that enough. Resting without guilt, and I mean resting like self-care days, those are important. Speaking with kindness to your inner voice, saying, I don't have to prove I'm worthy. I already am.
Listen, when you show up for you like that, you can only stop craving crumbs for people who don't even bring you a fucking napkin.
Not a napkin. Not the napkin. This is why we need the goddamn checklist. A green flag. The green flags are consistent actions, not loud gestures to cover red flags. So please always be on the lookout for the red flags.
Always and forever.
Let's make a list. 5 green flags from us to you, not TikTok fluff, okay? Real ones.
Okay, so let's start with number 1. Takes accountability without being defensive. Take accountability for your actions, people.
He's emotionally available, but doesn't trauma dump every 10 seconds.
Number 3, she respects your boundaries without making it a thing. Like, ma'am, thank you for not being a walking red flag.
Not the clap. Not the clap.
Clock it. Like,
he listens, like really listens. We listen and we don't judge. Not just nodding while waiting for his turn to speak.
Let's do it. Clock it. And number 5, she's secure enough to hype you up, but there's no competition. Be my hype man, but not in competition, people.
Yes, I don't know why people do that.
It's draining.
Yes, but that's also because we're so used to the chaos. We confuse peace for boredom, but sis, green flags feel calm, not performative. For real. If love has always felt loud, chaotic, or painful, peace might just feel like nothing. It's too much, but don't walk away from the softness. Please, just enjoy the quiet.
Quiet can be okay sometimes, because green flags don't always come with fireworks. Sometimes they come with stillness, but with safety, with no need to fix yourself, just to be loved. Know that you can be loved just the way you are.
Yes.
And if you're still unsure, check the relationships that's there with your mom and how you talk to the waiter. That's a bonus.
Yes. Let's be real though, sometimes the reason we miss the green flags is because we're too busy chasing red ones that feel familiar.
Draining. Listen, we always want to see the good in people and never really want to expose them for the bad that they have. But baby, we are in our green flag era now. Give us softness, safety, and standard.
Yes, please sign me up. And if you're listening to this and you're realizing you left a green flag man on red or a woman, come back. Circle back. It's safe, I promise. Otherwise, lesson learned.
Just know that until next time, we're going to keep it soft, keep it honest, and keep it real, people.
Bye.
Bye.